Hello, dear. It is my esteemed pleasure to present to you with a splendid opportunity for luxurious riches with a net worth of $850 million USD. All you need to do is simply to listen to this beautiful podcast, and everything that you desire will be yours. In the event that you refuse, I have acquired private footage of you executing dirty activities upon your own person that I will share it with your entire contacts list unless you kindly transmit $17 billion USD to me in cryptocurrency. Many blessings and best wishes. Hello, dear.
I'd like to tell you about earlier this week, I went to a coffee shop and I had a croissant, plain croissant, and I dipped it in coffee.
Wow.
And I slurped that shit down.
It sounds great.
It was really good. The coffee was bad.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I don't want to dox, this place, but it was from Patty Ann's on Vanderbilt Ave in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Honestly, a great spot. I do really like it.
Yeah.
The ambiance, I would say unmatched.
Wow.
Ambiance. Really nice place to sit and have a chill sesh. I did some work there.
That sounds nice.
But I would say their cafe options are lacking.
Mm-hmm.
Their coffee is somewhat bitter, and every kind of sandwich they sell at their cafe is $15.
Yeah,
for
man.
for like a small breakfast burrito.
I can't. I'm not.
I can't abide that.
That's also disappointing. I'd like to investigate the coffee situation that they have there. I know you like a. I know you like a more. I'm trying to think of like a darker roast. I would imagine.
No, I don't actually. I like a
really?
medium roast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Not to be, listen, I don't want to be colorist or anything, but I think honestly a light to medium roast that has notes of honey, caramel, chocolate, that kind of stuff.
You like a chocolatey.
Yeah, I go absolutely apeshit for that stuff.
That's what I
yeah.
So maybe I'm mistaken with the roast preference, but a chocolatey type of like a. Yeah. Okay.
Notes of fruit, I don't go for.
Yes. See, this is okay. Now, this is what
the picture's coming into focus.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you like notes of fruit in your coffee?
I mean, I don't think I have.
Is that a pause, by the way? I feel like I'm forcing this joke. By the way, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I just don't want to keep going back to it. But
no, I get it. It's always. Always hitting.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, but notes of fruit I don't go for.
I feel like my palate's not developed enough, even though I kind of probably do like that.
Yeah.
I kind of like a more bitter coffee.
Yeah. You might like the coffee at Patty Ann's. It's somewhat bitter. You know what the other thing is? I'm an oat milk drinker, and an oat milk latte goes really hard. It's awesome.
Yeah.
In Brooklyn, they tend to charge extra for the oat milk. In Philly, they don't. Shout out Philly.
Yeah, shout out to Philly.
I had some coffee right before we recorded Dad Meat earlier this week, and they didn't charge me extra for oat milk, and it was a really cheap latte, and it was great.
That's
in Brooklyn, yeah, they're charging it out the wazoo.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I didn't have a latte. I had just a drip coffee with oat milk added into it. Oat milk added into drip coffee sucks. Oat milk
you don't like that?
No. Oat milk as milk base for a latte, good.
Ah.
It's honestly a fascinating distinction to our, I'm sure to our listeners.
It's an important distinction.
It is also, because basically it's like the oat milk that you have to add a lot of oat milk to a drip coffee to lighten it at all. But as a base for latte, it's mostly milk anyway. So
this is true. You're absolutely right, especially with a more acidic coffee.
Absolutely.
Kind of just sinks.
So
I kind of just deal with it.
Yeah. So
it's not like it's not preferred, but I think you're right.
Yeah. So this was an acidic coffee. The oat milk just sort of sank into it and made it slightly lighter, but not really in any way that made a difference. Mm-hmm. But then I dipped that crispy, fluffy croissant in it, and it kind of made all the difference.
I like that. The way you, I also like this. I appreciate you bringing this to the table because you kind of like, typically it's like a food item that we ate. This is kind of like food items, and you kind of freaked it.
I did,
you know what I mean? Which I like.
Absolutely. Yeah, I would say this is more really. I'm not. It's like not even.
This is
the practice. This is the way the behavior,
right.
The way that I blended the food and the drink. And I was thinking about it as I was eating. I was like, dude, who was the first genius to dip soft absorbent food into a hot liquid?
Yeah.
Because donut and coffee goes hard. Croissant, like a lot of.
That's true. You know what I would like, and when I saw this on the paper, it makes me think. I was wondering if an employee at the place dipped it for you.
Whoa, that'd be nice.
Which is kind of like perv.
Yeah,
shit,
that is perv.
But
yeah, they would have to feed it to put it into my mouth.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I don't know.
Talk about charging extra.
Exactly. Yeah, maybe you would pay a premium for that. I think I would feel. I mean, unless perhaps I would get to the level of sheer gluttony and sloth and wealth later in life where that would be desirable. Like, just fucking cram dripping food into my mouth, because I don't even want to move my arms.
Yeah.
But to me, as of right now, that doesn't seem appetizing or desirable because, it's somewhat, it's a little embarrassing to, it's like there's stuff dripping and you have to catch it with your, you have to make sure nothing like drips on your shirt. And I mean, unless you're wearing like a lobster bib.
True.
I don't know. Yeah. Would you want that if you could, pay for that premium? Let's say it's like,
I don't think so.
Like money's no object, and it costs like. Also, how much do you think they would charge for that?
They wouldn't. They would be like, I'm
not gonna do that.
I feel like you'd have to maybe in Philly.
Yeah.
They'd get down with that. I feel like around here it'd be hard to find, and also it's
it's interesting. I feel the opposite. I think it's more that kind of bespoke service is more likely to exist in New York.
Yeah. Well. Okay, that's true. I guess, if we're talking about from like an establishment that is putting this on the menu, I'm kind of.
Can we set the scene too? It's like, are you sitting in like a barber chair kind of thing, and they kind of set bring you back and
I was
hot towel on the head.
I was literally just thinking like you're just at the table that you would normally sit at, and just when the person at the counter is like finished with whatever they're doing, they're like, "Oh yeah, I got you."
Yeah, I'll dip it for you.
Yeah.
But then they just put it on the plate for you. They don't put it in your mouth.
No, they feed.
Oh, they feed. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I was thinking from like a standpoint of like, hey, I got all this money. Are you willing to do this? They would be like, no.
Yeah, like humiliation type thing.
Yeah. But if it was on a menu, I agree with you that there probably is a place in New York that does that we just are don't know about.
Yeah, it's like in Succession when they eat that songbird that's illegal to eat, ortolan or whatever. Is that what that was called?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like that's like scene that's a scene in season 1 where Tom takes Greg out and they eat ortolan and Tom's like, it's illegal to do this, and then the whole thing is you put a napkin over your head because it's so shameful.
Oh, right, that French. Yeah. No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Anyway, but it feels like one of those things where it's like, it's like a very off menu.
It's true.
But anyway, I was really into the dip.
That's nice. I do actually. I appreciate this.
And I was thinking about how like it feels like something an ape would figure out how to do. but like. In reality, we had to master like baking for there to be a bread to dip. You know what I mean?
Yes, this is true.
And then, like, unless apes are dipping fruit into, but I just don't think they are. I think they're just munching on that stuff without any rigmarole around it.
Yeah, I guess there's always the Twix. the Twix thesis, which is like it's an accident. Or wait, what's the is it Twix or what's the peanut butter? Oh, Reese's. right?
Oh, wait, what's the Reese's thesis? Oh, that's funny. I like that.
It's like, oh, you got chocolate in my peanut butter.
Oh, and then they're like, oh, we can
there's
sell
like an
this.
accident at the factory.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, I would say, and
feel
that's how a
like-
lot of evolution happens. It's like a mutation that's accidental that ends up being adaptive.
So, it's possible that like some animal dropped a thing into like
Yeah.
a river. And it's like, I'm doing this every time.
Sure, that makes sense. Yeah, no, I believe that happened. I mean, there's even a type of, I wish I knew the specifics, but there is a type of monkey, or perhaps an ape. I don't know. I don't remember. And they wash potatoes in the ocean or something, and it's like a learned behavior
Whoa.
that is culturally transmitted. So it's not a genetic thing. It's like this one monkey figured it out, and then like 4 generations later, they're still doing it because it's a culturally shared behavior.
Whoa.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But I feel like bread is the
potatoes.
only thing that is absorbent enough. It's like only bread really works with dipping.
Oh, true.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
But then it's like, damn, I want to teach a chimp how to, eat a Tostitos with like salsa. I bet they'd love that.
Yeah, they go nuts.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, they probably would. That's tasty.
Yeah,
That's, like,
it
good
is.
stuff.
Yeah, I think they'd really like that.
It might blow their minds. That's like when you, that's taking them like so far ahead in terms of like food technology.
That's hilarious.
And
yeah.
like flavor to profile that like it might.
That would create Planet of the Apes. Dude, I've seen this video has been going around Twitter of just like, it's like a series of like gorillas like chugging beers and like smoking blunts, and they're real.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's like, it's like it's very funny.
That's so awesome. Yeah, that'd be like, that's like be like the Jane Goodall of that,
Yeah, absolutely.
and be like, I get them fucked up and then I feed them food that they haven't had before.
Dude, yeah. Do you think they would like a flaming hot Cheeto?
No. No.
Yeah, arguably humans don't even like it.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say humans barely like
Yeah.
them, and I think it's like a pain response or something.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, yeah. They're crazy. They're too crazy.
They are crazy. Dude, the flavors that we have access to now are... It's like, it actually is like mind-boggling. I heard someone say that... Okay, I heard this on the Plain English podcast, and I don't remember who the guest was, but it was a knowledgeable source.
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying that he might have been a nutritionist or a food scientist of some kind, but he was saying that in the like Neanderthal era, which I think would have been like 50,000 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
the average like apple that you would find in the wild had the sweetness of a carrot. Like that's the maximum amount of sweetness that people had access to.
Wow.
People that were biologically similar to us.
Man.
Yeah, so you go back in time and give those people a Milano cookie.
Right. That's
You
what
know?
it was
Yeah.
just like
You end a generation right there.
I know. That's like that's the same thing with like bananas.
Yeah.
Bananas used to taste completely different, I think. Not that I mean that's also like how do you do this? How do you do the math on that?
Yeah, how do you figure that out? How do you
Yeah.
quantify? I actually don't know. Yeah, I really... I mean, I don't think he was making that up, but I don't know how you would possibly
No, I don't
know.
think so either. I believe that stuff, and it's like you can probably trace,
Maybe it was just like proportion of sugar or something. I have no idea.
That's an interesting point. Yeah, you're probably right about that. Damn, an apple like must have.
Because even now, I'll eat an apple, and I just got some... What's your favorite kind of apple, by the way?
I mean, look. Okay.
And I'm not a dogmatist about this, by the way. So whatever answer you have, I won't be.
There's a couple. So there's a couple. Price is important.
Yeah, absolutely.
me.
I know. Yeah. Is it fair to ask like price is no object?
Price is no object. I'd probably get Pink Lady all the time.
Okay,
Pink
nice.
Ladies are pretty good.
Yeah.
But like, I never get these, but I wish I was like a Honeycrisp apple guy.
Yeah.
Because that's candy. Like that shit.
Is, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
they're
I have several Honeycrisps in my fridge right
so
now.
good.
Yeah, I'll give you one
No.
when you leave. I want you to have one. They're so good.
They're really good. What is that your favorite?
Yeah, I was into Red Delicious for a while.
Okay, that's like that's an interesting one because that's like that's the bodega.
It is,
apple.
yeah. I go Fuji sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
All the yeah. Honestly, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm not a connoisseur on all the different types, and then there are people online that are like, if you like specifically with Red Delicious, they're like, if you like Red Delicious, you're a serial killer or something like that. This is a tangent, but I think a lot of people on the internet decided to have like super strong food takes because they lacked other ways of distinguishing like their personality.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of what is it like? If you heat your pizza up in the microwave instead of the oven or whatever, like you're a serial, that's like a hacky thing. Yeah, have you seen that before?
Yeah, well, I know what you're talking about.
I'm not a serial killer. I don't,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen that specific one, but I know.
I'm trying to think of another example. It's like some kind of food thing,
It's usually if people like a plain thing.
Yeah. Yes.
Like if you ate I don't know a specific
if you eat
one.
oatmeal with nothing added to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like yeah.
So anyway, I don't have but yeah, Honeycrisps are they're really good.
Honeycrisps are good. Red Delicious that's like a very traditional. That's the apple. That's like the emoji apple.
That is the
I mean?
emoji apple, absolutely.
It's the apple.
It's like I don't fuck with like green apples.
Every once in a while, I get them.
Yeah, I like. I don't know why. I want apples to be red, maroon.
Yeah.
Yeah, green. I don't know why I don't like it.
Yo, I don't know the name of this apple.
What are you, a pear?
Fuck out of my face. Yeah. I don't know the name of this apple, but there's from like a farmer's market in Philly, there's like a local apple that is essentially like green, yellowish, and they're really good. But I feel like you can probably only get them. Yeah,
at this specific.
It's like it's a type of apple that isn't like mass produced.
Right.
So I wish I knew the name.
I should go to farmers markets more.
I never go to them. There's just like a grocery store kind of nearby where I live that like I think just gets them from the same place. Actually, while we're on the topic, I'd like to not to dox anyone, but
no, yeah, please.
Saw Allison Roman out in the world today, just walking around.
Oh,
just like with her friends. So shout out to Allison Roman.
Shout out to her. We'd love to have you on.
Yeah,
that's the metric of success for this one.
True. Yeah, I'd love to hear about what's just talk food with her. From one food expert to another.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to explain something food related to Allison Roman. I would love to get that moment on mic. Dude, congrats. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it was cool.
Did she seem like she was having a good time?
Yeah, she seemed like she was having a good day.
That's great.
Yeah.
Shout out Allison. Did you have anything you ate this week you wanted to explore, to dive into? How was the veggie gyoza I got earlier?
I thought it was really good.
Yeah, pretty good, right?
Yeah, and I appreciated that it seemed like there was an appropriate amount of time that it was cooked in a pan. Didn't overdo it, didn't underdo it.
Yeah.
Not that I'm an expert, but I feel like there's times when I get those.
Yeah.
And
so is it that they're either too crisp or too soggy?
I don't mind the too crisp. I don't even mind the too soggy. It's just like, oh, that's a nice touch. You just did a little something extra. You could have just steamed these, but you did a little something, which is nice.
That's a king move right there when you're cooking is you do a little bit of sautéing on the outside to get a crisp external, but
So
then
nice.
you maybe steam or you whatever cook it in a different way
Yeah.
internally so it's soft.
So nice.
It's a nice mixture of textures.
Yeah.
Should we move on to science?
Yeah, let's do it.
So this is social science or political science, which I don't know if people count that as science, but it struck me as funny.
I feel like this counts.
Tiny number of super sharers spread the vast majority of fake news. Less than 1% of Twitter users posted 80% of misinformation about the 2020 U.S. presidential election. So the study was run by who? Okay, analysis published today in Science. I don't know who ran the study, but it analyzed a sample of 600,000 U.S. voters on X, and only 2,000 of those 600,000 spread 80% of the content from fake news sites that proliferate across the internet. And this part I really like. The posters were more likely to be women and older, challenging the stereotype of social media manipulators as young alt-right men.
That's a win.
That is a win.
Us.
Shout out fucking Aunt Patty.
Yeah, wait, I guess that's true because it's like...
Yeah, it's like basically like your aunt.
Oh,
not you specifically, but like one's aunt.
Yeah, this is also an interesting one because it's like these are genuine...
They're not bots.
Yeah, that's what it's like a genuine fake news source.
No, dude, absolutely. Yeah, and it even says that. It's like, given their frenetic social media activity, that makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Given their frenetic social media activity, the scientists assumed super sharers were automating their posts, but they found no patterns in the timing of the tweets or the intervals between them that would indicate this. That was a big surprise, said study co-author Bryony Swire Thompson, a psychologist at Northeastern University. They are literally sitting at their computer pressing retweet. Shout out, dude.
Yeah, it's
These
awesome.
women are posting their fucking asses off.
Nice. That's women in STEM. We need that. Dude, I feel like more men should know about this. We're getting a bum deal.
Dude, I mean, wait, tell me more about the bum deal we're getting.
I mean, I'm joking, but like,
I mean, I would say it's like we're being outpaced in our posting by.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of like, the thing that comes to mind is like, remember, I forget exactly what they were talking about, but Trump was like, it's probably a 400-pound person in their basement.
I do remember that.
And it's like, I think he said 400-pound man, or guy,
I know.
Or whatever. And it's like, it might not be. It might be an inadequate shape.
With like
woman.
a really fulfilling family.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it's like because that's the thing. It's like the instinct, maybe if you want to be uncharitable, it's like, oh, these are like really lonely women. But no, it's like they have like 6 kids who love them, and
that's true.
They have they just have they're really socially connected, and they're just posting constantly.
They're just excited about
Yeah. And it's just like anecdotally when I look at a particularly online account, and this goes both political directions too. You'll just see it's like, dude, you are posting like 60 times a day. It's like, how do you have the time and the energy to do this?
I know. And
to post so like vociferously.
Yeah.
To take the most extreme stance on everything. It's just like crazy. And so I think, it's just funny to think like, these people are Atlas holding up the entire fucking internet on their shoulders.
Yeah. I wonder if they like studied, or if they're even able to study like what percentage of the misinformation that is shared is like from a farm or from bots, or you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah.
That's
a good question. I don't know if
I guess this is.
I can't parse that from this.
This is probably more important though, because it's like actual people. I mean, certainly one of them's being tricked. They're trying to trick,
totally.
Unknowingly trying to trick other people. I guess. It feels kind of good to post, and especially.
I think the entire sample.
Yeah.
Was, like real people, so it's like.
Mm-hmm.
100% of whatever this is real people, and then beyond that there might be more bots that are posting other stuff, but like the 600,000 people were all like actual individuals who have their names out there and stuff.
Yeah.
But
okay. Do you think man.
And then this is a good quote. It does not seem like super sharing is a one-off attempt to influence elections by tech-savvy individuals, Grinberg adds, but rather a long-term corrosive socio-technical process that contaminates the information ecosystem for some part of society.
Whoa.
I just like that phrase, corrosive socio-technical process.
Yeah. And
that's a good, I would say that's a quite concise and good summation of social media.
Right. That person's right. It's like, it's not going to stop.
Yeah.
This is just going to happen, if not for, certainly for elections, but like for
just whatever culture war issue,
stuff going forward. Whatever.
Obviously right now it's like, posting about, I guess this is more like a month or two ago, but like posting about like campus protests about Palestine, like someone who posts about that like 60 times a day.
Yeah.
Like it just whatever new flashpoint in the culture war comes up, like it's going to be like, I'm all in on this thing.
Totally. Yeah. Whatever new TV show is, sexualizing children.
Right. Yeah. Have you ever posted politically?
Probably like gun violence stuff years ago.
Yeah.
But
were you posting or retweeting?
I think it was an organic post.
Nice.
I think it was just links to like, whatever the charities fund or whatever that shit is. But I don't think I've ever posted specifically political stuff. Maybe no, I don't think so. Have you?
I did.
Oh wait, actually I was very pro and very active in the farmer protest in France.
Wait, what was the farmer protest?
Like I forget, it's like the yellow vest or something.
Oh,
it was like last summer,
yeah.
Like farmers in France got active in
That's
in
right.
the capital.
Dude, yeah. The French know how to protest for sure.
Yeah, they did a good job. Yeah, it's true.
They'll like
they have
firebomb.
rich history.
They'll firebomb, like, I think they're literally like one of the most recent ones. They like looted BlackRock, I think. There was like a BlackRock. It's either, which I know there's BlackRock and Blackstone.
Yeah.
What's the difference?
So Blackstone is, I think Blackstone's specifically a private equity company, and BlackRock is like a wider asset manager. It just does like every type of investing.
Okay, got it. Well,
and I think BlackRock is way
bigger,
money,
way more money.
Yeah.
Okay, so it might have been BlackRock. Anyway, the whatever location that BlackRock has in Paris got like looted during one of these more recent protests. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, so they know how to express their dissatisfaction.
Yeah. I apologize for interrupting.
No, not at all.
Have you done
that before?
Have
I posted politically? No, I feel I did. There were a handful of times where I did. Usually, actually, I think pretty much exclusively during police shootings, over the last, even before George Floyd, over the last like 10 years, I think.
Yeah.
And then, the more, unfortunately, the more it happened, and then the more the discourse around posting about it would become a thing, like with the whole Black Square thing.
Right.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And I think I just started feeling like, you know what, I don't like feeling like I have to make a public statement about every event that happens, like I'm Walter Cronkite or something. I know. I don't really have a huge public platform, until now, with our
right. True.
But
no, it's true.
But I guess I just think I think there are other ways for me to engage, and I need and that's not just like I'm not just trying to hand wave that away. Like I probably should think more deeply about like, well, how do I want to engage in my community, and
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah,
with you,
I
though.
don't know. Trying to stir shit up.
I feel similarly, where it's like, I guess, for the purpose of like generating conversation, if you're gonna put something online, perhaps I could do that, but it's like very rarely I see actual like genuine like discussions back and forth. That or it kind of leads to that. It's usually people are pretty dug in, so it's like if you post something, it's like you're gonna get one side or the other, either for you or against you, but it's never gonna be like, or not never, but very rarely, someone kind of engaging with it in a way that's like, I don't know if I agree, but let me get back to you or something like that.
And I also don't really feel that confident about anything that I believe in, which is my own issue, I would say.
No, I feel you, though.
But I think I feel like every strong belief I have, I can imagine a convincing counter argument to it.
Yeah.
And that really makes it hard for me to then publicly come out and be like, if you don't believe what I believe, you're a fucking idiot. Which is a lot of times the tone that people take.
Totally. I agree.
But maybe that's cowardice. I could see, someone could say that it's cowardly.
I don't know. I mean, I think it's also I don't know. It's kind of just like you can believe that. It's fine. I'm kind of just like, I don't think that's necessarily cowardice. It's kind of just like, this person just thinks something different than me.
Yeah. But then it's like, I don't know. It feels like there are certain issues where you need to come down one way or another.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Where it's like, if I was like, well, I don't know, there's some arguments for slavery and others against it, and I could be convinced. It's like, well, that's right. That sucks. So,
yeah, I mean, you have to.
I don't want to be that either.
Sure, I get that. It'd be funny if you looked up and I was deleting my free Trump post on the internet.
Dude, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to free Trump for sure. But okay, real quick, let's talk about business. Unless, do you have anything else about disinformation super shares?
No, I just I'm always ready to talk about business. So
yeah, well, actually, you know what? I did have one. Do you have anyone in your life personally who would be this type of person? And you don't have to say if you don't want to.
Not on social media. My family's pretty much off social media, or
that's nice.
Non-existent, which is interesting.
Yeah.
But so I guess not.
Yeah. Okay.
If they did, they'd be beating the posts. They'd be beating the timeline up.
Yeah.
They'd be nice on there.
That's funny, dude. That's like a 7'2". It's like, dude, you gotta play ball, man. You gotta hoop, dude.
Yeah. So nah. Is anyone in your family active?
Not active on. But I'm thinking like, not my family exactly, but my mom used to date this dude and is just friends with him now, and he is like a rampant right-wing dude, and if he was on social media, he would be,
golden fingers.
Ooh, wow. Yeah. I mean, we talked about Mad Max a lot this week, but I just picture him with just like a war rig of posting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like all of his takes, all in one, like on top of he would be flaming it up.
That's awesome. I'm trying to get the full download from him.
Yeah, exactly. But no, let's talk about business now. Chobani buys Anchor Brewing. So Chobani, we know. Anchor Brewing is like, it's like an American brewing company. I think I mostly just, I don't have strong opinions about this acquisition. I just wanted to talk about Chobani and just kind of give it a shout out. And
you're a fan?
Yeah. What do you think of Chobani?
I think they're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you a yogurt guy?
I don't really eat yogurt. But Chobani has, recently they've branched out into and this is, if one could say they saw this coming, an acquisition of this sort, because I don't know, they've branched out. They make like milks now. They make like
they
oat
do
milk.
make milks. That's right. Yeah.
They make like coffee creamers.
Yes, that's true.
They have drinkable, like protein
like
yogurt,
like kefir type stuff, or
sort of.
Yeah.
It's like a more dare I say anglicized kefir,
okay,
kefir or whatever.
They have a stake. No, they acquired La Colombe. Did you know that?
I had no idea.
They
but
own La Colombe.
That's crazy. I mean, I see Chobani yogurts in La Colombe.
There it is.
That's crazy. Though.
Yeah.
I thought La Colombe was kind of. I mean, I knew they were huge, but I thought it was still owned by the two dudes who started it. In
no,
Philly.
I guess not, dude. Yeah, Chobani, which is privately held, it surpassed 2 billion. I guess it's. I guess I just think it's funny that Chobani is a yogurt fucking. Is a Titanic yogurt conglomerate.
Yeah, for real.
It's and the dude who founded it, I didn't know this, was like, he's Turkish.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now, which is
a native of Turkey who helped bring Greek yogurt into the American mainstream. His name is Hamdi Ulukaya. Chobani's chief executive.
That's wild.
He is a billionaire. And Mr. Ulukaya founded Chobani in 2005, a little over a decade after he arrived in the U.S. with $3,000 in his pocket. He bought a shuttered yogurt plant in New Berlin, New York, with a loan from the Small Business Administration, and the first Chobani cups hit store shelves in 2007. And then I guess it just absolutely took off after that point.
That's not. He just got in. That's wild, dude.
That's a funny like immigrant story. Like, I'm going to become a yogurt magnet.
Yeah. Also, Turkey and Greece.
Yes.
Like that. Did he like go to Greece and was like, "Oh, this yogurt is"?
Well, I think they're just close to each other geographically.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's like a diet kind of staple. Like,
yeah,
yogurt
it is
in
interesting
general.
though. It's like, isn't there? I mean, it's like how like Mediterranean food. It's all. Like sometimes, like I've seen this recently, like people will be like, "Oh, if you see, like sometimes a restaurant will say that it's Palestinian food, but actually the owners are Israeli or something like that."
Sure, yeah.
But it's like, yeah, but it's kind of all the same food. I mean, I understand why you'll be mad about that, but it is all this. It's all the same food for sure.
It's totally.
But anyway, yeah, I also it's like.
It's a good point.
Do you think the Greeks brought Greek yogurt over to Turkey when they invaded Troy? Because I think Troy is in Turkey.
Oh, wow.
Like the Trojan War, I believe Troy is
that.
Turkey, is part of Turkey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were...
So it's one of the things they brought along in their conquest. The way that like aren't horses aren't native to the Americas or something.
Yeah.
They were brought along by like Spanish conquistadors.
Right. Yeah, they left behind their little plastic yogurt cups.
Exactly.
After the.
And the Trojans were like, "Damn, like our city has been burned down, but my digestion has been perfect ever since."
They put fruit on the bottom.
That is who invented fruit on the bottom? That's awesome.
I think I used to.
Did you used to have a joke about fruit on the bottom?
I used to have a joke about. I completely forget, but it was like if like a yogurt they did fruit from the back. It's just like a
That's
completely
nasty, dude.
Perverted.
Damn,
freaky.
Dude, bring it back. That's funny. Fruit from the back. That sounds like filthy. Damn, dude. Now that's Greek right there, man. That's ancient Greek right there, man. Next on the agenda is I saw a picture of Trump with cornrows today because of his recent legal news. Do you have any feelings about that? First, that item of news, and then have you seen anything? Any like merch of Trump? Like mugshot Trump.
I mean, I haven't. I guess you know what's pretty incredible is like how quickly. I mean, they're good at marketing, the people who work for him and himself, but like the mugshot, I think, became a T-shirt within hours, maybe even less.
It's a really good mugshot.
I know.
Yeah.
And that was like on his website.
Yeah.
Pretty soon after, which is just like amazing. But it's like he beat the people to it where it's like, I mean, I guess I'm sure there's going to be an avalanche of new merch, but like that was just pretty remarkable to me. I mean, I guess he's just
that's what he's good at. That's
he's just
it's
good at
literally
selling stuff.
the thing he's greatest at.
Yeah.
And you're giving him the best possible thing to do for him to work with.
Yeah, it's true.
But yeah, I think this, it's like kind of a funny news story, but it's like, it's not going to have any effect on the election whatsoever. It might help him.
I think, yeah.
Or almost certainly will help him, which is like crazy to think about.
I know.
But the pictures of him with cornrows on
That's funny.
are pretty funny.
That is really funny. Yeah, cornrows, convert to Islam.
Dude, I saw that. I saw
really?
one of like him like praying to Mecca.
That's so funny.
And then just like when DMX died, I saw a ton of like, airbrush or not even airbrush, but just like shirts being sold on sidewalks.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just like, R.I.P. DMX. And then it's like 6 pit bulls like lunging at so I could see something like that with Trump.
That's actually that sounds cool. Actually, R.I.P. DMX.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
I've heard this in rap recently of like I've got homies on a shirt, which means like they died.
yeah.
I like that.
It's cool. I mean, I guess not cool
I
for
don't
them.
like it, but I just mean it's like a funny.
It's a nice turn of phrase. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, man. I mean, I guess it's funny that it's so many. It's funny that it's so many charges.
Yeah, it's crazy.
34 is just funny.
I know, it's a lot. And I also like completely lost track of what the actual case was about. I guess it was that he falsified business records in order to pay Stormy Daniels not to talk about them fucking. Mm-hmm. I'm like, wait, is that a felony? Like, I felt stupid.
Dude, well,
I was like, wait, is that a felony?
I think they figured out a way to like make it look like, or maybe that's even true, I don't know, but it's like they figured out a way for that to be tied to campaign financing. I think that's the felony.
Got it. Okay.
But yeah, I feel like a lot of people are seeing that and they're like, if you pay a porn star for sex, I mean, I guess that is technically prostitution, but like
no, but yeah, I mean, I wonder if that's going to be the takeaway. It's like, all right, so they're trying to lock my man up for fucking.
Well, yeah.
I think it seems like that might be the interpretation, and therefore then it's like it sort of paints Democrats as like, oh, this is how joyless they are.
I know.
Yeah. So that's I
Can't
suppose
win.
that goes into the like this is going to help him.
Yeah, I know, but that's pretty nice. I'm glad people are like getting active on the news and
sure.
making funny stuff to put out.
It is nice. Yeah, he's
I feel. I mean, yeah. How much more? I don't think there's that much more for it to take for him to be like interviewed by Adam 22.
Wow. Damn.
I mean, he already did like an interview with Barstool, so it's like all he kind of needs. No, he did it like, or not like not Barstool, but like Dave Portnoy, who's the owner of Barstool.
And I mean, he did. I don't know. I feel like, he was on Stern all the time in the like late '80s and early '90s, and wouldn't you say Stern in that period of time was essentially the Gen X version of Adam 22?
Yeah, for sure, because he was having like chicks like ride the Sibian.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. I mean, I guess there was less stuff with like gangbangers, which that seems to be a big part of.
Yeah, but it's like
Adam 22. But yeah, it's like
just kind of nonsense, like interview content. Even though it's like both are like pretty good interviewers.
Yeah,
that's the other thing that's crazy. So it's like, I mean, Stern for sure, but like Adam 22 is like a good interviewer. So it's like I could see.
That'd be so funny if he became prestigious in like 30 years.
He's hit the black background with Charlie Rose.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, I feel like the idea that Stern, because now I would say Stern is like he's like it's like he's sort of an August kind of persona Where it's like, the person going on to talk to Stern is like, that's a really good in-depth interview.
It's true. I mean, that
like,
is crazy. It's like that's the person that Joe Biden and his team picked. Remember he did that interview like a month ago?
No, I missed this.
See, this is the other thing. It's like
Biden went on Stern.
Yeah, he went on like Howard Stern and
Wow.
did like an interview, and it's like I didn't listen to any of it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that was their goal, but it's like I don't know what kind of interview, but he showed up and did an interview with him. But it's like
that's good.
Yeah, to even go like be like, oh, Howard Stern is the person we'll go.
Right,
to.
exactly. Yeah, because that would have been unthinkable for a presidential candidate in the 90s.
Right. So, yeah, it's like a legacy. He's legacy media at this point, I guess.
Yeah. Damn. I mean, do you think? What do you think Adam 22 would ask Trump? What if it was a super in-depth like policy stuff? It's like, so like when you say infrastructure, it's like, does that what about like childcare? Do you think that counts as infrastructure too, or?
I'd be for whatever.
Yeah. It'd be good television or good,
Yeah,
good
it would
stream.
get a ton of views.
Yeah.
I guess he would. That's the thing. It would be like, honestly, the interview would probably be kind of boring if it was just Adam 22. It's like, I think my ideal is like a mix of like Chicago and LA gangbangers.
That's fun. That's
in
funny.
the room with Trump, which would probably be awesome.
They would love it. They'd be like,
they would
dude,
be
that's
like,
my man right there.
Yeah, this is sick.
Yeah.
And then it would be funny.
Dude, and then I feel like Trump would say something funny to the gangbangers, and they'd be like, yo.
Man, all Trump has to do, I think, to win this is do a pause in public.
Oh, yeah.
Just pause somebody, and I think it's over.
Yeah. Fuck, dude.
I mean, he was close. He was in the Bronx last week.
Yeah, for sure.
Shaken.
That's pause country right there.
No disrespect, but it's true. Bronx, Harlem. I mean,
Did pause come from New York?
I actually don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not the authority, so I don't need to
Pause.
speak on it. We should probably ask, like, if we ever get to talk to Cam and Mace.
Yeah, for sure. Where are they from?
They're from Harlem.
Okay, yeah. Also, just with a New York accent, pause.
Yeah, it's better.
That sounds pretty good.
Mm-hmm. It's better, yeah.
Should we move on to word of the week?
Yeah.
Okay, so initially I couldn't think of anything, so I just, this is a business thing I heard recently. Delta, to refer to change.
Yeah.
Have you heard that before?
Yeah, I feel like we briefly.
Yeah, we talked about it when but I heard someone use it
with Delta,
and I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
It's too technical.
Yeah, it's completely unnecessary.
Well, that too. It's completely unnecessary. It's like, here's the Delta. It's like, dude, this is it. A Big Mac cost this that year, and it just changed.
Right. Yeah.
You don't have to be like all science.
Increase, decrease, like that's fine.
It got more expensive.
Yeah, I was thinking, like if you get really turned on, it's like the delta between the softness and the hardness of my penis is exponential.
Well, that's true too. It's like you can kind of like tech up.
Really dumb
this interaction,
bullshit. Exactly.
And you can be like, here's the amount of time between soft and hard. What's the like, I'm sure you can come up with like some sort of calculation and then like average out and have like a very full rundown of time to get hard.
Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, I think this guy Brian Johnson.
Oh yeah,
you know about this dude?
Yeah, I do know about this dude.
He probably keeps track of that.
He probably does. Absolutely.
He shocks his dick at night.
Whoa, wait, we talked about this.
I'm sure we did.
Yeah, but that's awesome.
I think about it all the time. He shocks it. He shocks it for like erection health or something.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, just while he sleeps.
Yeah,
it's not like he's
that's
just
weirder
like chilling,
to me.
Watching TV.
Yeah, it's weirder to me that he does it while he sleeps. Wouldn't that make it hard to sleep? Wouldn't you be constantly waking up like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, my penis is being electrocuted. You ever are you falling asleep and then you wake up like, ah!
Yes,
and you fucking throw out your arms or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine how violent that feeling would be if your penis was being shocked?
Yeah, it's got to be like
the dreams you're having must be crazy.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, just like a that actually
Dr.
would be a cool dream.
Magneto
It's like
smashing.
Yeah, I mean, you'd be like damn dude, yeah, it'd be like a Dragon Ball Z energy beam out of your penis. Like,
whoa, that's
Yeah.
a cool T-shirt.
that is a cool T-shirt. Absolutely, we got to make merch sometime, dude. So the other one I had besides Delta that I thought of was Buff. And first I was like, all right, like because we talked about jacked meaning muscular and ripped meaning muscular.
Yeah.
And then I was like, Buff. What about Buff? Like, how do you feel about that?
I really like it. That's another good sounding word. It's also at this point, I feel like it's kind of underused, but it always
It is.
pretty
Yeah.
funny
I
to me.
don't hear it anymore.
It's like, look at this buff dude.
Yeah, I know. It feels old fashioned somehow. Like it
It
feels
is,
like
yeah.
very like 90s.
But
90s
I
are like
it.
2000s. I like it too.
Uff is a good.
Yeah, because it rhymes with tough.
Yeah.
Are you buff enough?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It also looks funny. Like the word is.
It does look
spelled-
funny. And then I had this other use of buff as a noun meaning to be naked, like in the buff.
Oh yeah.
And that I
Okay.
like. And that feels really old fashioned. That feels like 50s, 60s.
Yeah, that one is very old fashioned. That one I mean, like obviously we all know we're like aware of it.
Yeah.
You know, but it's like
I barely hear it. I don't even know
Never.
how it came into my mind. I was like, in the buff, like when have I even seen that used?
yeah, I know. It's probably like they probably say it in like Mad Men or something.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
mad. Yeah,
Just
for
like
sure.
I mean, you say like 50s, 60s. It's like probably is somewhere in there.
Yeah, it does feel really old timey. What's
Yeah,
your
I feel-
favorite way to? Okay, naked, nude. Which one do you like better? Nude is funny to me.
I think nude's funny.
Yeah.
Naked's too clinical.
Yeah,
Nude is funny.
yeah,
Nude
it's
man.
sort of fancy. Nude man
yeah.
in the nude.
yeah.
I like
Nude man
that.
on the loose, running around.
Yeah, nude man on the loose. It's like, what? That's not that bad.
Right. Yeah. It sounds. He's just enjoying the weather.
Yeah,
That's true. But in the buff. Honestly, in the buff might be used by like New York Post every once in a while.
yes, that is. And what I would say though, yeah, I think New York Post's part of why they're so funny is because they find these like very
Yeah.
specific, somewhat old-fashioned phrases, and they just have a really great sense of rhythm and timing and when to use them.
True. Yeah. Yeah. In the buff. Buff man in the buff, but
Yeah, totally.
combo
Nude buff man.
combination.
But yeah, do you have anything else about buff before we move on to poetry?
No, but I appreciate you bringing it up because I like that, and
Yeah.
it's
I might bring it back a little bit.
I think I'll start using it. I can't say it on air, but we've discussed a funny instance of someone saying buff, and it's like a pretty high profile. I'll tell you after.
Yeah,
though.
tell me after. I can't wait. Okay, poetry. This is The Kraken by Alfred Lord Tennyson.
Good name.
That is the poet's name or the poem's name?
Well, both,
Both,
but
yeah.
like the person's name.
Yeah, it is a good. Yeah, it's a good poet name
That's-
for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, The Kraken. Below the thunders of the upper deep, far, far beneath in the abysmal sea, his ancient, dreamless, uninvaded sleep, the Kraken sleepeth. Faintest sunlights flee about his shadowy sides. Above him swell huge sponges of millennial growth and height, and far away into the sickly light, from many a wondrous grot and secret cell, unnumbered and enormous polypi winnow with giant arms the slumbering green. There hath he lain for ages, and will lie battening upon huge sea worms in his sleep, until the latter fire shall heat the deep. Then, once by man and angels to be seen, in roaring he shall rise and on the surface die. What do you think of The Kraken by Alfred Lord Tennyson?
Well, initially, there's just a lot of good words in here.
Definitely.
I like the
Very good
language, but like, yeah, the story I guess is cool, but it's like at the end.
I wish he didn't die at the end.
Yeah, I'm kind of like. I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Because I guess this is like a Revelations thing. because the ladder fire to me seems to refer to like, you know.
Oh, true.
The
no,
apocalypse,
you're totally right.
the whatever.
Yeah.
What do you call it? The rapture.
Yes.
Yeah, and then like the sea, the oceans boil.
No, this makes sense.
And then
that's actually interesting. Yeah.
And then the Kraken rises to the surface. But then I wish he. I mean, this is because I think this was written in like, Alfred Lord Tennyson was a Victorian poet, so this is like, I don't know when this was written exactly, but you know the 19th century. Mm-hmm. But this sounds like an H.P. Lovecraft story.
Yeah, it's almost sci-fi-ish.
Yeah, but H.P. Lovecraft, the way he would end it, it'd be like, and then it like takes over the world and
yeah, true.
You know, fucking eats everybody, and it's super sick and scary.
Yeah,
but this, you know, this is like before that, so you know, he's not quite.
Yeah, this is like an interesting because it's like kind of short. It's very descriptive life, but like the end of, I mean, I guess it's kind of, I don't know. It's like, it's kind of a neat end because it's like the way he's describing this thing is like, it's kind of this, it's just existed for ages and ages. It's kind of timeless and like this legend of like under the sea, and then it's like that dies too. Yeah,
I love the idea of the ocean boiling. I mean, I don't love that idea.
No, I agree with you.
But it's just like a cool, scary thing to think about.
I think it's cool too. I like when people write that or describe it like that.
Yeah, it is. It's a really immediate way to evoke like a terrifying event in the world.
It's so scary.
Yeah.
I know. That's cool. Huge sponges is neat.
Huge sponges of millennial growth and height.
That's a cool...
It's a really cool thing.
Yeah, it's like, I guess that's like, I don't even know.
I think it's literal. It's literally talking about ocean sponges.
Oh, true. Yeah, no, that's right.
That are just fucking big.
That's so...
And it's
that's
just
scary.
beneath that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's so crazy.
I love this. The sickly light is really cool.
I don't know what grot is, but grot's a cool word.
Yeah, I don't know that either. Unnumbered and enormous polypi, winnow with giant arms, the slumbering green. Don't totally know what that means.
Right.
I'm like, is that referring to coral? Like a coral reef?
Right.
Isn't aren't polyps in reference to coral somehow?
Oh, interesting. I don't know.
So maybe that's it.
That word. I mean, you're right with like that root word, polyp.
Yeah, and then battening upon huge sea worms. Man. I tried to look up battening. I was like, does that mean eating?
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think it just means beating on. So I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know exactly what the image is there, but it's a cool like sound.
Yeah, it is. It makes him. I mean, again, it's like it just makes him seem like heavy.
Yeah.
And like lethal. Yeah.
His ancient, dreamless, uninvaded sleep. The Kraken sleepeth. So sick.
Damn. Penis shock wouldn't wake you up from that.
Dude, absolutely not.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
To an ancient, dreamless,
Do Krakens have penises? I don't think so.
Probably not. Yeah.
Like I don't think like octopuses or squids. I think they lay eggs.
Yes, octopi do.
Yeah.
I don't know about. I mean.
Yeah.
Kraken's a thing that's like you see that and it's like you almost don't see it because it's like my eyes can't read. I've never seen anything like this.
Yeah, you know I mean, I don't even know. I think it probably just refers to a giant squid.
Yeah.
But the cool Kraken is like the mythical word for it.
And then, I don't know who makes it, but have you ever had the Kraken rum? It's just like a kind of cheap brand of rum.
Damn. Is it? I mean, it's probably not good. Or is
it was never. I mean, I just remember it being a thing that like we could afford like in college and shit.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like bad. It wasn't like like rubbing alcohol or something. It was like did a good job of making it taste like a spiced rum or something.
Okay,
but
it's not bad.
There was a Kraken on the label. It was very old-timey sea-ish. Like,
that's cool.
Looked like a scroll, like a kind of like sepia tone label. And then there was a little Kraken on the background.
There was a remake of the old movie Clash of the Titans that came out in like the mid to late 2000s, and the trailer had someone going, "Release the Kraken."
Oh right,
and it was sick. It might have been Liam Neeson.
Wow.
Maybe not, but it was someone saying "Release the Kraken," and it was
someone
like
with an accent like that.
What's up?
Someone with an accent.
Exactly.
Like that.
Yeah, and it was like pretty cool. I think there's a Kraken involved in the Pirates of the Caribbean trilogy.
Yes.
And then there's I believe Seattle has a hockey team called the Seattle Kraken.
Oh yeah,
and
that's right.
They actually have a pretty sick logo. It's just like a really cool S.
That is cool. I remember. I feel like they're a recent team.
They are. Yeah, they got.
Okay.
Yeah, they're recent.
All right, that's cool. Someone. I remember seeing it like a few months ago. Kraken gear.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to get on the wave of like a gritty situation.
Oh yeah, right.
Gritty was like so.
What do you think of the whole gritty thing?
I mean, all right, for like when they introduced it,
yeah.
I also kind of didn't care really. I was just like, this is kind of funny, and it's like kind of a funny mascot. Clearly trying to like have a Flyers version of the Fanatic.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm down for that. I'm kind of not like. I think it's like a funny looking mascot, but people I think have like gone above and beyond in terms of like the lore.
Yeah, same. I got really annoyed with that.
Yeah, just kind of like.
And then like socialists got into it, and they were like, "Gritty is a worker," and it's like, all right.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Again, it's like it
hilarious.
became like politicized or whatever, and it's like, I don't know, man. I don't think Gritty votes.
Yeah, Gritty definitely does not vote. Yeah, dude, absolutely not. But yeah, shout out Krakens. Shout out this. I like this poem a lot. I think it's really cool. It feels like it's there's a specific like the term for like Lovecraftian style sci-fi and horror. People specifically called weird horror.
Oh, cool.
And like weird literature, and it's just like people, stuff.
Yeah,
about,
no,
it this is like an early example of like weird horror. Also, what it reminds me of is Moby Dick.
Totally.
Which is sick, and I would recommend anybody read.
Yeah, shout out to Herman Melville.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Alfred Lord Tennyson. I agree. It's like this feels very, I'm listening to this in like a leather armchair.
Yeah.
I'm about to take some opium at the end of this.
Yeah, dude, yes. Oh, man, dude. God, can you fucking imagine how sick it would be to
listen,
smoke opium?
And then have this guy read this?
Oh, my God.
Or have,
dude.
Someone read this?
Dude, absolutely. Holy fuck. Oh, my God, dude. All right, well, yeah, I think, the shorter episode than usual today, but I think we fucking nailed it.
That's true. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I would like to... One action item I'd like to report back on.
Yeah, please.
Eventually... What was the name of that cafe? Oh, you don't have to dox it again.
Patty
You
Ann's.
can tell me Patty Ann's.
It's actually great. I do recommend it. And
I will check it out.
It's near a great bookstore in Clinton Hill called Unnamable Books.
Ah.
Great. My favorite bookstore in the city, possibly.
Whoa, you.
And Patty Ann's is a really nice place, but their coffee is not that great.
Yeah. I'm just interested in continuing the saga of trying it out.
But yeah.
Oh, you know what? I'd like to... I do have one more action item.
Yes.
I'm a little frustrated at the price of baked goods at Starbucks Reserve.
Oh. I know
this is like...
this
is something that we can... I could spend hours discussing, but...
Yeah, like how much for like... also, are their baked goods like better than the usual Starbucks?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we had that one thing that was pretty good.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like... That one was a reasonable price. There's other stuff.
Right.
Like I thought
what was the thing we had?
Cornetto.
Oh,
Raspberry cornetto.
Oh yeah, that was okay. Yeah.
It was all right. And that was like a reasonable... I think that was like maybe a little bit more expensive than like a typical croissant.
And what was it? Like $3.50?
No, that was like $5.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dude, a $5 croissant is unforgivable.
I know. It's like I think the raspberry injection was a little...
For sure, but even plain croissants people be selling for $5.
I know. That's
shocking.
True. It is crazy.
Biden's America, dude. No, I don't blame. To be clear, I don't blame Biden for $5 croissants. But
yeah, I was just frustrated because I wanted to bring another item to discuss, and I was going to get us a cannoli, but I think a cannoli was like $11.
No, yeah. I mean, I appreciate the thought. But yeah,
we're in Brooklyn. We can probably get a really
good
woman's
authentic,
cannoli
for sure.
So that just,
No,
was a little.
You know what? That's a good action item. Get authentic Italian cannoli from like Carroll Gardens or something.
Yes,
That's-
please.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
so that was just a damper, but spirits are still up after reading the poem. So thank you for sharing.
Great, man. I'm happy to hear. Hello, dear.
That. Hello, dear.
Hello, dear. Kind thanks for listening to our splendid podcast and bequeathing your attention to our lucrative enterprise. If you enjoyed what you heard, please do the needful and transmit the relevant information to all of your personal and professional contacts as soon as possible, or I shall be forced to unfold your private banking details to all interested parties. Don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions or concerns. Wishing you many miracles and luxuries. Hello, dear.